Russ Taylor. I'm a former senior public servant, semi-retired, but still very active on various boards. And I'm also active in terms of cultural issues and activities to do with First Nations Australians. I'm a proud Kamilaroi man from northwestern New South Wales, but I actually reside in Ngunnawal country in the Canberra region, in the southern part of the state. My connection with the foundation goes back a long way. I was one of the first two Indigenous Australians selected to participate in the course 2 of the Australian Rural Leadership Foundation course. And so I'm very proud of my association in that regard. I think it has to do with my culture, that I was able to share accurate information about the things that are of serious concern to Indigenous Australians. And so in that way, I think I did make a contribution, a strong contribution to the capability and understanding held by the group and the network around those issues, which are of course significant to the well-being of Australia as a nation. Having experienced the Australian Rural Leadership Program, inspired me to take action, which eventually led to the establishment of the Australian Indigenous Leadership Centre, which is over 20 years old now and still producing graduates from its courses. And the establishment of the Australian Indigenous Leadership Centre, and particularly its programs, were unashamedly based on my experience and the experience of my colleagues within the Australian Rural Leadership Foundation courses. I was convinced that a structured course would be of benefit, and I took action along with others, which eventually led to the establishment of the Australian Indigenous Leadership Centre, which has no doubt provided ongoing and lasting benefits to the capability of Indigenous Australia. The only way I can answer this as an Indigenous Australian is in the collective sense that there have been a number of leaders from the Indigenous community and in the interest of reconciliation have paved the way for a better Australia and better life choices and life chances for Indigenous Australians. So without naming anybody, there's no doubt that there's been a strong cohort of leadership within Indigenous Australians, and I talk of people like Lowiger O'Donoghue, Pat Anderson, Megan Davis, Patrick Dodson, Mick Dodson, Garchel Jakura, Noel Pearson. The list goes on, it's endless. I don't want to focus on any particular individual, but the collective effort of those people have inspired me to continue to fight and advocate for a better world for Indigenous Australians. Many happy returns, and may you continue to be able to cultivate, nurture and promote leadership across Australia, because the current challenges that are confronting Australian society are significant and growing in significance every day, every time we open the newspaper. So the need for leadership and capable leadership is as dire now as it was 100 years ago. So many happy returns to the ARLF. May you continue to conduct your courses and have a positive influence on leadership in this country.